Good morning, friends. Now, I would like to begin the very important topic in the syllabus. The title of the topic is The Childless One. It is written by Zai Nimkar. Friends, in our textbook, there are few communication skills and there are few comprehension units. While prescribing the communication skills, the Board of Studies of our autonomous college has one intention in their mind to give the students an idea regarding the ability to communicate with people. At the same time, friends, it is very important that our students should know the moral and ethical values which are very much important to lead their lives in the society. For that matter, friends, today we will begin with one comprehension unit. The title of the comprehension unit is The Childless One. Friends, this unit is very significant because it is related to a mother as well as it is related to a family which we are well connected to. Means everybody is leading his or her life in a family and he or she has very good relationship with the parents, with the brothers and sisters, that is siblings, and all the other members of the family. So how people behave with each other, what sort of relationship they develop with each other, that is a part and parcel of this particular unit. Now let us turn on to the introduction of that particular writer, that is Zai Nimkar. Zai Nimkar was born and brought up in Pune. She was born in 1932. She was educated in the universities of Pune and Arizona, USA. Means her primary or the secondary education was completed from Pune as well as from the University of Pune. At the same time, her further education was completed from USA, that is America. Her grandfather was Maharshi Karve, a social reformer. It means that she has a very good kind of heritage of Maharshi Karve. She belongs to a very good family and she has the heritage of Maharshi Karve, who was a social reformer. Maharshi Karve, you might be knowing that he has presented or he has put forth the foundation of women's education. Her mother Iravati Karve was a well-known Marathi writer and her father Dinkar Karve was a teacher of chemistry. It means that she belongs to a well-educated family, well-cultured family who thinks about the values in the life. Her younger sister is Mrs. Gauri Deshpande, who is a well-known Marathi writer. You might be knowing or you might have heard her name, that is Gauri Deshpande, who is a Marathi writer or Marathi author. Obviously, Zaim Nimkar inherited her parents' cultural makeup and their social commitment. She is one among the eminent feminist writers who delineates feminism in their works. It means that she is basically concerned with the feministic ideas and she also portrays the feministic characters in her work. In her work, she has portrayed women in her quest for identity who struggles with all the hurdles and the rigidity of the social system. Friends, you must know that every woman has his or her identity. She always tries to prove her identity in the family, in the society. However, number of patriarchal forces, number of the male dominant forces, they are negatively forcing her that she should not prove her identity. However, in the present scenario, you will find that there are a number of good women who have proved their identities. It is possible only because of the education. Friends, you must remember that Zai Nimkar always try to portray the characters in her stories, in her works, with the feministic perspective. It means that every woman has her own identity and she is trying to prove her identity in all the ways. She is the author of the Lotus Leaves and Other Stories, 1971, and has also written a novel Temporary Answers in 1974. It means that she is also a novelist and she is also a short story writer. It means that this writer, Zai Nimkar, has presented herself or proved herself as a author, as a writer, as a novelist, as a short story writer, and hence we should understand what kind of picture she has portrayed in this particular short story, which is titled as The Childless One. Now, what is the central idea discussed in this particular short story? The Childless One is the realistic short story exposing the misery of the married woman's life, especially when she is childless, and that too for no fault of hers. See that every woman, when she gets married, at that time she has to go to her husband's house. There she has to prove her identity because she is new in that house. She is not knowing the people, the behavior of those people, the attitude of those people, and amongst the total novel or totally new environment, she has to connect herself, she has to adjust herself in a new environment, and that is why it is very difficult situation. You will find that when in her childhood we might have done this particular experiment. We might have found the plant of the mango and we pick up that plant from one place and we try to that particular plant to put it inside the soil in our yard. At that time the plant is unable to, if the plant is unable to adjust with the soil, the water inside that particular soil, at that time it is very difficult to adjust with the new environment. If the plant is unable to adjust with the new environment, how a man can adjust? It means that it is difficult, it becomes difficult for every person to adjust in the new environment. However, every woman is trying on her level best to adjust in the new environment. And hence, this present story is very great story in concern with the values presented for our family life. Now, let us begin the short story. How the story begins. God knows that what monster child is growing inside her, Radha's mother in law said in the kitchen. Friends, this is the opening of this particular short story. In this short story, Radha is the central character and she is a pregnant woman. And all the incidents and events move around this particular character, that is Radha. And you will find that God knows what monster child is growing inside her, Radha's mother in law said in the kitchen. It means that Radha's mother in law is doubtful about what kind of child is growing inside, what fetus is growing inside the womb of that particular Radha, because everybody is doubtful of the birth of that child. Radha rolled over painfully. Her body was a clumsy burden to move, but if she lay too long in one position, her legs became numb. In the kitchen, the voices of the two women, Shripati's mother and aunt, went on, gloating in the whispers, letting an occasional word come out loud enough for Radha to hear. This happens in every family of the India. Means that you will find that Radha, being the daughter-in-law of that family, and Radha's mother-in-law, being the being the authority of that particular family, she speaks whatever she wants, as well as she speaks it to pinch the daughter-in-law, that is Radha, in the family. And that is why you will find that she speaks some words very loudly and she speaks other thing very silently, or Radha cannot hear. So here you will find that such kind of atmosphere is there in the beginning of the short story. You will also find that Radha, having the child inside her womb, is unable to do the work in the house, and that might be the reason that Radha's mother-in-law is complaining against her. The murmur of the voices and the smell of the food made her sick. She found the smell of the methi particularly revolting and was unwise enough to have said so. Naturally, methi was the vegetable most frequently cooked in their kitchen now. You will find that the murmur of the voices and smell of the food made her sick. Means, during this particular condition, every woman feels the same kind of sickness or illness. Means, sometimes they do not like or they are nauseated by some kind of smell and some kind of food, and they don't want to take such kind of smell or such kind of food. The same is the case with Radha, and she is unable to take the smell of the methi. And now you will find that methi was the vegetable most frequently cooked in their kitchen now. It shows that whatever the daughter in law is not preferring or she dislikes, that is cooked in that family intentionally. So you will understand what might be the intention of the mother in law or Radha's mother in law in doing that particular thing. You can understand. So, friends, you will find that this is the opening of that short story, The Childless One. And in this short story, you will find that Radha is the daughter in law, and Radha's mother in law plays the pivotal role in this particular short story. With these words, I would like to stop here, and tomorrow we will conclude with, we will start with the another part of this short story. Thank you so much.